Have you ever met someone who just radiates this quiet confidence? Someone who walks into a room and instantly commands attention, not by being the loudest voice, but by the way they listen? They make you feel seen, heard, understood. It's magnetic. I remember meeting a monk once who had this incredible presence about him. He spoke very little, but when he did, every word landed with such intention. One day I asked him about his secret and he simply said, "I learned more from listening than I ever did from speaking." That stayed with me. We often think about discipline as this rigid structure, something we impose on ourselves. But what if the most powerful discipline is the one we practice in our interactions with others? This monk, he taught me that true discipline begins with mastering the art of conversation. It's about being present, being attentive, and being truly interested in the person across from you. Over the next few minutes, I want to share some key insights I've gathered over the years on how to transform your conversations. Trust me, this is about so much more than just words. It's about building deeper connections, fostering greater understanding, and approaching every interaction with intention and purpose. Let's begin. When was the last time you felt truly heard? Not just that someone acknowledged your words, but that they really got you, resonated with your emotions, and understood your perspective. That's the power of active listening. It's about silencing the noise in your own head, putting aside your own thoughts and judgments, and being fully present with the person speaking. Imagine for a moment that you're holding a delicate flower. You wouldn't squeeze it too tightly or toss it aside, would you? You'd handle it with care and attention. That's how we need to approach our conversations, with that same level of care and attention. When we listen with our full being, we create a space for genuine connection to flourish. Think about the people in your life who you consider to be incredible listeners. What qualities do they embody? Perhaps they maintain eye contact, offer encouraging nods, or ask clarifying questions. They don't interrupt or try to impose their own experiences onto you. Instead, they create a safe and welcoming space for you to share your thoughts and feelings openly and honestly. Active listening is a skill that takes practice, but the rewards are immeasurable. The more present we are in our conversations, the deeper our connections become. We begin to see the world through the eyes of others, expanding our own perspectives and building bridges of empathy and understanding. Have you ever noticed how a simple question can unlock a whole new level of understanding? Asking the right questions is like turning a key in a door, opening up pathways to deeper conversations and more meaningful connections. Think about the difference between a closed-ended question like, "Did you have a good day?" and an open-ended one like, "What was the best part of your day?" The first question invites a simple yes or no response, while the second encourages the other person to share more, to reflect, and to engage in a more meaningful way. When we ask open-ended questions, we demonstrate genuine curiosity. We signal to the other person that we're not just going through the motions of a conversation, but that we're truly invested in understanding their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Don't be afraid to delve deeper. If someone shares something that sparks your interest, ask follow-up questions. "Tell me more about that," or "How did that make you feel?" can lead to incredibly rich and rewarding conversations. Remember, powerful questions are rarely about seeking specific answers. They're about creating a space for exploration, reflection, and connection. When we ask with intention, we invite vulnerability and authenticity into our conversations. We show the other person that we value their perspective and that we're truly present with them in that moment. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, resist the urge to fill the silence with your own thoughts. Instead, pause, listen deeply, and ask a question that invites the other person to share more of themselves. Empathy. It's a word we hear a lot, but what does it truly mean to embody empathy in our conversations? Imagine for a moment that you're standing on the shore watching someone battling a wave. You can't fully understand the power of the current or the chill of the water, but you can see the fear in their eyes, hear the desperation in their voice. Empathy isn't about having all the answers or claiming to understand exactly what someone is going through. It's about acknowledging their experience, validating their emotions, and offering your support without judgment. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate empathy is to practice active listening. When we truly listen to someone, without interrupting or imposing our own experiences, we create a space for them to feel heard and understood. Another key element of empathy is perspective taking. This involves making a conscious effort to see the world through the eyes of the other person. What might their past experiences be? What beliefs and values might be shaping their perspective? It's important to remember that empathy is not about agreeing with someone or condoning their actions. It's about seeking to understand, even when we may not agree. When we approach our conversations with empathy, we build bridges of connection and understanding. We create a safe and supportive space for vulnerability and authenticity to flourish. Chapter 4: Beyond Words, the Language of Connection. Have you ever noticed how a simple glance, a warm smile, or a reassuring touch can speak volumes? Our nonverbal communication, our body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice plays a powerful role in shaping our interactions. Think about a time when you received mixed signals from someone. They may have said all the right words, but their body language told a different story. Perhaps their arms were crossed, their eyes were downcast, or their tone was flat. These inconsistencies can create confusion and mistrust. On the other hand, when our verbal and nonverbal communication are aligned, we project authenticity and build trust. We convey our message with greater clarity and impact. Becoming more aware of our own nonverbal cues is an important first step. Notice how you hold yourself in different situations. What messages are you sending through your posture, your gestures, and your facial expressions? Paying attention to our tone of voice is also crucial. Are we speaking too quickly, too softly, or with a harsh edge? Our tone can drastically alter the meaning of our words. Remember, mastering nonverbal communication is about being intentional with our body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. When we're congruent in our communication, we build deeper connections and foster greater understanding. Chapter 5: Navigating Difficult Waters, Difficult Conversations. They're an inevitable part of life, aren't they? Whether it's addressing a conflict, delivering bad news, or having a challenging discussion, these conversations can be emotionally charged and difficult to navigate. But what if we could approach these conversations with a sense of grace and respect, even when the topics are tough? The key lies in shifting our mindset. Instead of viewing these conversations as battles to be won or lost, we can approach them as opportunities for growth, understanding, and resolution. One of the most important things to remember is to stay calm. When we're stressed or upset, our emotions can hijack our communication. Take a few deep breaths, pause, and gather your thoughts before engaging in a difficult conversation. Honesty is also crucial. It might be tempting to sugarcoat the truth or avoid the issue altogether, but this often leads to more problems down the road. Be direct, but also be respectful of the other person's feelings. Finding common ground can also be incredibly helpful in difficult conversations. Even when disagreements arise, look for areas where you can agree. This can help to build a sense of understanding and cooperation. Remember, difficult conversations don't have to be destructive. When we approach them with empathy, respect, and a willingness to listen, we can transform them into opportunities for growth and connection. Chapter 6: A Lifelong Journey of Connection. Mastering the art of conversation is not a destination, it's a journey. There's always something new to learn, a new skill to refine, a new level of understanding to achieve. Think of it like tending to a garden. We don't expect our plants to thrive without consistent care and attention. We water them, we provide them with sunlight, and we nurture their growth. Our communication skills deserve that same level of care and attention. The more we practice, the more natural and effortless these skills become. Seek out opportunities to engage in meaningful conversations. Put yourself in situations where you can listen, learn, and grow. There are countless resources available to support you on your journey. Books, podcasts, workshops, and courses dedicated to enhancing communication skills. Embrace these tools and never stop learning. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity for connection, for growth, and for making a positive impact on the world around us. The ripple effect of meaningful conversations. So often we go through life thinking about the big things we want to achieve, the grand gestures we want to make. But what if the most profound impact we have comes from the way we show up in our everyday interactions? What if the real magic happens in those seemingly small moments? A heartfelt conversation with a loved one, a genuine connection with a stranger, the way we make someone feel seen and heard. When we master the art of conversation, we unlock a world of possibilities. We create deeper connections, build stronger relationships, and foster greater understanding. And that, my friends, has a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves.